Hi, hello guys, this is Vijay, biology lecturer from Alaba Junior College. As you know that we are discussing about the most important or the expected diagram based questions from class 10th biological science. In that category today we are going to discuss about chapter 4. Let's start. In the earlier video, we have discussed about chapter 1, 2, 3, the most important diagram based question and answers from class 10th biological science. Today we are going to discuss about chapter 4 biological science. Okay, the most important or the expected diagram based question and answers. So in that category today, first we are going to discuss about human excretory system or human urinary system. Okay, right. So this is a simple diagram. See, most of the students they get confusion with the urinary system diagram. See, the structure of kidney is one of the diagram that exclusively discussing about only the structure of kidney. But here we are going to discuss about along with the kidney the other parts which are united with the structure of kidney, that we are going to discuss in detail. So urinary system is entirely different from the structure of kidney. Okay, structure of kidney is different and urinary system that is totally different. Okay, right. So this is what the human urinary system. Here let us see what are the labelings we are going to mention here. Okay, so first of all, the most easiest and very easy to remember the labelings, let us write one by one. After that, the difficult labelings let us go for one by one. Okay, so first thing is, here in the picture we could able to see a pair of kidney. Okay, so it is very easy to write right side kidney and left side kidney. So left kidney and right kidney. Right, so two labelings done. Then apart from this kidney we could able to see here a sac like structure. So that sac like structure is very easy to remember, that is urinary sac or urinary bladder. Urinary sac or urinary bladder. So that is also very easy to remember. So three labelings are done. And when we are talking about endocrine glands, the different types of endocrine glands, one of the most important gland which is located on the surface, on the top surface of the kidney. Yes, so that is what this particular structure. This is called adrenal gland, one of the most important endocrine gland. So four labelings done. Adrenal gland is one of the most important gland which is located on the surface of the kidney. Okay, so now let us mention the further the labelings which are which can able to locate in this particular diagram. Okay, right. So here we could able to see in the picture two important branch like structure. One I shaded with these strikes, the other one which I have shown very blank. So these two are what? Okay, so these two are called as the arteries and veins. Say for example, like this particular structure which is not shaded and which looks above the surface of this the inner one. So this is called dorsal artery. Dorsal is nothing but which is present on the surface. Okay, and this one is there behind this structure. So this is called ventral, but that is not artery, ventral vein. So instead of writing ventral vein, we can able to write like ventral vena cava. Vena cava, which is also called as vein. Okay, ventral vena cava or ventral vein. One is ventral, the other one is dorsal. So two structures are done. Okay, dorsal which is on the surface, ventral at the back side. Okay, behind this. Okay, now let us write the other particular part. Now exclusively talking about this kidney, the structure of kidney. So the structure of kidney which may possess different locations. here we would able to show different positions or different locations we can able to notice. The one is on the surface, one is on the middle, and one is totally interior. Okay, so now I am going to mention that one is called cortex. So cortex, which is on the outer surface. So here we can mention, because this structure is shown with the longitudinal section, and this kidney which did not shown. I mean that this kidney is entirely looking the whole body of the kidney is visible here, whereas here half of the kidney is visible. Okay, which is like longitudinal section or vertical section. Okay, so cortex, which is there on the outermost layer, this like it is like a pale color. Okay, and inside we could able to see somewhat thick color. So this thick color, that is called as pelvis, and the middle part, that is called medulla. Cortex, medulla, pelvis, 3 labelings are done. And here we could able to see like a pyramid like structure. Yes, so pyramid like structure, that is also can be seen. So that is one of the part we could able to mention. And one most important part, that is this descending pipe on both the side. This is kidney. Okay, here also kidney. From the both the side kidney, we can able to see one descending pipe. Descending pipe is nothing but the pipe which is going down. Here one pipe is going, and from here one pipe is going. So this particular pipe or this descending pipe is called ureter. And very simple part that can be noticed at the end. So this is a small opening, that is called urethra. So these are the different labelings of the human urinary system. Very simple diagram, and the labelings are very easy to remember. Okay, so let us see how to remember the labeling. First of all, 2 kidneys are the right side and left side kidney, and this descending pipe, that is called ureter. And here there is a sac like structure, pouch like structure, that is called urinary bladder, ending with a small opening, that is called urethra. Done. And there are 2 major blood vessels are there. One is on the dorsal side, the other one is on the ventral side. The dorsal side, which is called a dorsal artery, and the ventral side, that is called ventral vein or ventral vena cava, another name. At the tip or at the top of this the kidney, we could able to see a small structure, a thick cell like mass, a tissue like structure, that is called adrenal gland. So these are the most important parts. And when we are talking about the inside of this kidney, there are 3 different layers are there outside: cortex, medulla, and pelvis. Cortex, which is pale color, medulla somewhat dark color, and pelvis also again it is pale color. Then pyramid like structures are also can be seen. So this is about human urinary system. Okay, now let us go for the next diagram. So the next diagram, that is human kidney. Okay, so now let us see how to draw this diagram. Very simple. Just we have to draw a bean shaped structure and having and descending pipe. Okay, so descending pipe, and inside of this descending pipe there is 2 different pipes which are entering to this inside. One is the artery, the other one is vein. Okay, so like that, it's a very simple structure. And here we are going to show some pyramid like structures, triangle shape. Internally it is looking like a triangle shape, which is looking internally inwards, right? So internally it is looking like triangle shape structure, and all these triangle shape structures are ending with a small pipe. Every part it is ending with small pipe. Now let us label the parts. Okay, so human kidney is one of the very simple diagram, and in this diagram we are going to mention the parts. First thing is the outermost part, then the middle part, and then the inner part. So these three parts are most important thing. Okay, so the first part, that is the outermost layer, that is called cortex. Next, this is the outermost layer, then the middle layer, that is called medulla, and this inner layer, this part, this particular part, that is called pelvis. Okay, and we know that already this descending pipe, the pipe which is going down from the pelvis, that is called ureter. And here are two different blood vessels are there. One is artery, the other one is vein. Anyone you can write, no problem. So renal artery, the other one is renal vein. So two different important blood vessels. Then this looks like a pyramid like structure, so we can mention that pyramid like structure. So mostly done, all the labelings are done. If it is possible, you can able to mention this adrenal gland which is on the, and also you can make it one double layer, make it one more double layer, and make it one top of this, you can make it like crown like structure, that is called adrenal gland. Okay, so this is about the human kidney. Now let us see how to remember the labeling. The labelings are very easy here. This kidney structure, it's a bean like structure, okay, and in this kidney three parts are there: outside, inside, middle side, and inner side. The outer side or the outside, that is called cortex, the middle part, that is called medulla, and the inner part, that is called pelvis. Three parts are done. This is outer, middle, and inner. And above the kidney there is a gland called adrenal gland. Over 4 labelings done. And 5th and 6th labelings are very easy. The names are repeatedly coming. See, renal, remember that name. Renal artery, renal vein. One is artery, the other one is vein. Renal artery, renal vein. Very simple. And this descending pipe, that is called ureter. So very simple diagram. Now let us go for next diagram. So now the next diagram is about nephron, structure of nephron. Most of them are getting confusion with nephron and neuron. Neuron structure is totally different, and neuron is related to human brain. Neuron is the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. We should keep it in our mind. Nephron is totally related with the human kidney. Nephron is totally different. So nephron is related to kidney, and it is also called the structural and functional unit of excretory system. So keep it in your mind. Now you see, let us draw the diagram of structure of nephron. Nephron structure, how we could able to draw. Let us see. So first we are going to draw, see most of the students are getting confusion with how to draw the nephron structure. Very simple, just follow me. First draw one bowl like structure. Okay, C shape, inverted C shape, bowl like structure. From here you make it some coiled tube like structure. Like this coiled tube like structure. Then that particular tube which is going down, bending down, and it is turning up like U-shaped structure, like an U-shaped structure. Okay, and this U-shaped structure is connected to an vertical straight tube. Okay, now from this particular structure we are going to show that some of the arteries and veins which are supplying blood and also involving for the ultrafiltration of urine. Okay, so that is like make it some cup like structure. Here again one more, and from here we have to make one tube from right side, the other tube that is like from left side, right side and left side, and this right side which is further ending to this side, and that is connected to like this 1, 2, 3, 3 layers, and these 3 layers are connected together with one small tube, and this tube is coming to this U-shaped structure. Again it is again same, it is dividing into 3 different structures, 1, 2 and 3. Here 1, 2, 3, here also 1, 2, 3. That is connecting, overlapping. It is coming overlapping, and these 3 are further connected like this. So this is the structure of nephron. Very simple diagram. Okay, now let us see how to label this diagram. First thing, so let us see how to label this diagram. First thing, that is this particular bowl-like structure. This particular bowl-like structure is called Bowman's capsule. It is looking like a bowl, and this particular bowl-like structure is first invented by Bowman. So Bowman's capsule, which is called, and inside of this Bowman's capsule, small bowl-like structure is there, that is called glomerulus. Glomerulus, that is also important. Glomerulus, and there are 2 different arterioles are there. You know, the blood vessels. One is called, this particular one is called afferent arteriole, and this is called efferent arteriole. Afferent arteriole and efferent arteriole, supplying blood and involving for the ultrafiltration. Okay, then, and next we are going to talk about this coiled structure. This coiled structure is called, the common name for this coiled structure is convoluted tubule. Okay, so this particular coil, it is starting from this particular area beginning and ending to where one erect tube, one vertical tube. So this particular area, that is called PCT, and this ending tube, that is called, this particular area, that is called DCT. What is the meaning of PCT and DCT? PCT meaning is proximal convoluted tubule, and this DCT is also called distal convoluted tubule. The meaning for this both is, proximal is nothing but beginning convoluted tubule, distal meaning is ending convoluted tubule. That we are going to write. If you don't want to write in elaborated manner or you have spelling problem, just you mention it like DCT, PCT, DCT, very simple. And here very important part, that is this U-shaped structure. Here an U-shaped structure is there. This U-shaped structure is called Henle's loop. So this was first invented by a scientist whose name is Henle. Henle's loop or loop of Henle, वैसा भी बोल सकते. So either Henle's loop or loops of Henle, you can say. So these are the major labelings for this particular, the structure of nephron. And this vertical tube is there, this particular vertical tube, this is called ureter, and the beginning of this vertical tube, this is called collecting duct, which is collecting the final urine droplets and sending through this ureter, and this ureter ending to the urinary pouch, through that it is sending out. So these are the labelings for structure of nephron. Very simple diagram and simple labelings are there. Okay, very easy to remember the labeling. See, once this cup-like structure or the bowl-like structure, that is called Bowman's capsule, and inside there we can able to see this glomerulus, and there are 2 tubes are there. One is afferent arteriole, the other one is efferent arteriole. Afferent, very easy to remember. PCT and DCT. proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubule, PCT, DCT, very easy to remember. And this U-shaped structure, that is called Henle's loop, that is also very easy to remember. Okay, and finally ureter is there. So this is what the structure of nephron. Thank you guys.